What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is having a terrific Tuesday. We are seeing some pretty good bullishness today. There's a look at the Qs. The reason why I have the Qs up here first is because, well, the Qs hit an all-time high this morning in the first 2 hours of the trading day. A little bit past the first hour, hit all-time high there. So, cool. Very cool. Kind of expected that right after yesterday's bullishness, after last week's bullishness, past 7 weeks of bullishness. Kind of expected it to hit it either today or maybe the first half of the day on Wednesday. Yeah, there you go. All-time high right there on the Qs. And the SPY, though, not too far behind. SPY is actually outpacing the Qs today. A little bit of a gap up here on the SPY of about 0.1%. And then just kind of traded higher, currently up, about 0.5%. Nice move on the day. I mean, we just kind of traded higher, just kind of gone sideways here the past couple hours. Looking pretty good there. Qs, yep, we just talked about the Qs, all-time highs. Pretty choppy day, though. Pretty choppy day. Not super strong, up about 1/3%, but that's about it. IWM, pretty strong day, up 1.7%. Very nice day. Look at that gap up run there in the first 30 minutes. Been pretty sideways since that time. This is that first early morning push. Okay, the DIA, look at the Dow Jones making some pretty good runs. A little bit of a gap up. Nice run here for the first 2 hours. A little bit of a pullback there in the third hour, and then it's been trending higher here for the past hour and a half. Looking pretty good on the DIA. RSP, also nice little gap up. A little bit of a trade higher. Most of it was there in that first like 20-25 minutes. Nice trade. A little bit of a push higher. Mostly sideways though. Really since that first 20 minutes. So not a whole lot kind of going on here over the past couple hours across the markets. Take a look at the daily pictures real quick. RSP not taking out last week's high. Had a pretty good pullback there Friday, Monday. Okay, not looking too bad. All right. DIA continuing higher, pushing into all-time high areas. Look pretty good. Now, it's kind of weird that the DIA has kind of led this market into the all-time high area. This is not normal. Normal past bear market type behavior. You don't see the Dow Jones lead into the next bull market. So that is a little bit of a concerning thing, in my opinion. But it's okay. We can address that at a later time. IWM. We've seen very strong movement here off the IWM, off the lows that we hit in late October. Definitely mentioning you want to be a buyer down there. Now, the one thing I will say is I think the IWM probably has bottomed. Even if we get back down there, the downside will be so short. I mean, from that low that we had in late October to this low, this is a pre kind of pandemic kind of top spot. It'd be about 1% lower. So if we do see some bearish activity, and this is not going to be in 2023, it'll be in like 2024. You're going to want to be a buyer. Back down these areas, even lower, be very strong. I doubt we actually get down there. What I actually think will probably happen, we probably will be bearish, but we'll probably come down to some lower levels, but we won't break these lows. I think the Q's SPY probably would. I don't think the IWM would. And that would be one where you probably want to continue to be bullish on the IWM, as I think they have clearly bottomed, and we'll see a allocation of capital as we get into next year out of the big tech area. Speaking of that big tech, the Qs is what the day looks like here. Yep, taking out that all-time high today. So I'll leave that previous all-time high line kind of there for now. I can probably do away with this one. Not a really big deal, but yeah, I mean, just taking that out, it looks pretty cool. Finally getting back there, taking that out, and some of those, Mag 7 or old school FANG stocks, whatever you want to call them. They've been leading throughout this year. So, okay. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Some of those have already hit all-time highs. They were hitting all-time highs back in the summer, but we now get in the Qs, which is heavily weight dominated by those stocks, just now hitting those all-time highs. Very cool to see the Qs though at the all-time highs. SPY breaking that last week's high today, so continuing higher here on the SPY. Has not gone to its all-time high. Not getting far from it. Not getting far from it. Let me do this. Let me put that there. Let me bring up a monthly so I can just get the high spot in here. I'll put it there. High 479, 479.98. Let me change this. It's 479.98. All right, there we go. 479.98. 90. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we get there. We get there probably sometime soon. So that's kind of a real quick wrap up of the markets and kind of where we're at. The Qs though hitting all-time highs. Now you see all these tabs up here. I'm going to go through this a little bit later in the live stream. So if you're actually watching the video version of this quick market rundown, you might want to check out another video I will post later on about all these different tabs. It's kind of what I think will probably be a pretty good storm kind of coming here in February, March. Until then, like especially through the end of this year, you're probably just gonna kind of just lean bullish. I mean, we're not gonna get much data. We're gonna get some data here at the end of the week. You know, I think Thursday, Friday, right? Yeah, Thursday we get GDP growth rate quarter over quarter. Don't expect anything crazy on that. And then yeah, Friday we're gonna get a slew of I don't even know what that means. We're going to get a slew of data here. Core PCE, durable goods, personal income, personal spending. So we're going to get that at the end of the week. And that'll be the last data we get for the year, because after that, it's basically going to be holiday season, right? So we're not going to be getting any more data until we get to January. January that'll be an interesting one. I think that'll be a very interesting one to kind of see how we kind of shake out there. So yeah, I'll continue this rundown, but you want to see what I got to show off a little bit later. VIX, not really doing a whole lot. I mean, trading down. I mean, market's bullish, makes sense. Not crazy dropping off though. Not getting back below the lows that we were putting in last week. Okay. People being defensive. Let me check the PCC real quick. I don't really typically check this thing out. A little bit more calls in there. Okay. Definitely more calls over the past week, especially like last Thursday. A lot of calls in there. Okay. All right. Anyways, the DXY dropping down a little bit. Nothing crazy. Not getting below last week yet. Gold's not getting above last week's high. Popping a little bit today. Makes sense. Dollars down. All right. Inverse. Gotcha. 10-year yield. Ooh, look at this. Sideways stair step here. Look at this. So, it's getting real tight in there. Real tight. That's after 2 days. Man, I wouldn't have thought we'd have been that tight the past 3 days. That's an interesting one. Okay. 10-2 inversion. Not really doing much. So the yields are all kind of moving together. HYG, nice bullish move here today. So far, it looks like it's consolidating here. I wouldn't want to take this on a breakout yet. I would, if it breaks out, you want to get it on the retest. I would want to see this consolidate a little bit longer, before I would want to be taking it on a breakout. LQD, same kind of deal, kind of just resting. See how that goes later on. TLT hitting that same level again. Still the same thing I kind of mentioned with the HYG. I don't really want to take this on a breakout yet. I'd rather take it on a retest. And then take that higher. But maybe I would much rather want to see this consolidate much longer. Okay. Okay. Check sector rotation. What's kind of moving out there? Because kind of looks like big tech's lagging a bit today. Let me see here. Sector performance. All right. Yesterday, wackadoo. Underperformers for the day. Staples, utilities, and tech. Utilities just got sold down there the last 30 minutes. You can see the XLU dropping off there. Tech, yeah, definitely lagging behind there on the day. We'll see if we can find the culprit. You can see AAPL here is only up 0.1% on the day, so it's not like AAPL's helping. Healthcare outperforming on the day. Industrials, real estate, discretionaries, financials, materials, energies, and communications. XLC outperforming, the best outperformer on the day. If we take out the gap, what do we got? Energies. Look at that intraday performance. Energies looking pretty good. Financials looking pretty good. XLC, XLY, or XLC, XLV. So communications, healthcare outperforming. Underperformers on the intraday: materials, industrials, discretionaries, tech, utilities, real estate, and staples. Okay. Interesting that we were seeing energies and financials doing pretty good here today. Let's go. I'm gonna go check a look. Is how crude oil is doing. Crude oil's up. Crude oil is up. I saw some statistics that people got extremely bearish on after basically there was an OPEC meeting, right? This is looking at gasoline. Let me look at gasoline, heating oil. Okay, and I'll go back to crude oil. So, yeah, there was this big wicker, right? This was supposed to be around an OPEC meeting time. Basically, I don't think they were able to get production cuts agreed upon, or a lot of countries said they would look into it, right? It basically means we're not going to do crap. Anyways, it dropped off. A lot of people, like, there were some metrics basically saying like people were hugely bearish on oil, so it makes sense that we're getting to some rally here, and it might be longer lasting with how much bearishness was kind of out there. I was seeing on Twitter there was a lot of bearishness. So, yeah. I mean, we could definitely still go lower, but that was just too much bearishness. So it makes sense we're kind of rally here for a bit. All right.